Plenty of clouds, fog, and haze with more showers and storms on Tuesday. Good Monday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, you can see we've got a lot of thunderstorms still moving through the valley, even some concerns at this particular hour with some locally heavy rain in parts of Anderson County. It's been a very interesting day. Over 1.5 inches of rain in many parts of the valley has already occurred, and we're getting more. We're going to continue to see this come into spots, but it's interesting as I come back on camera. One of the things you'll notice is this track is moving to the east. It's moving around, say, toward the direction of Kings Valley, John Sevier, and also around, say, Eastwood by 804. So all that's working its way east. Meanwhile, we have this flood advisory until 9:15. So there has been some locally heavy rain. This pattern will continue for their day tomorrow. By the way, all this Ultimate Doppler radar presented by Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire shop and auto repair since 1953. If you need an oil change, they can help you. If you need your tires rotated or a new set of tires, just tell them Captain Accurate sent you. 5 convenient locations, been around since 1953. Meanwhile, you can see the spin over the last 60 minutes has brought another round. It's like waves at the beach. They come crashing on the shore, and in some cases the winds pick up, the lightning picks up, and then it fades away as it rapidly moves away. We're kind of like in the washing machine cycle. If you look at what we've actually had so far, officially I believe it was 1.40 as of, say, 6 p.m. But we've had over 1.5 inches in Oak Ridge. Some of these yellow areas would suggest 2.8. You're like, that's nuts. That's nuts. How about Union County? 2.5? Oh, is that all? Yeah, well, we had about 1/4 inch in Newport. I know, it just depends. Tomorrow could be a different location, so be on guard for some locally heavy rain. And we've got a lot of ground to cover, even though this is kind of like Groundhog Day, the movie, where every day looks to be the same. There's still a lot going on in the tropics, which I want to touch on here as well. But let me get back to the maps. Lots of clouds, then some sun. Lots of clouds, then some sun. You're like, it can't make up its mind. I know. That's just the way it goes. That's the local view. You can see the spin. This is why I feel like we're in the washing machine. Look at the spin around Bowling Green. Could it be any more clear that we're seeing this upper level low park itself, slow to get in here, slow to get out? And boy, with dew points around 70 today, welcome to the humidity, welcome to the jungle. Thank you, Axel Rhodes. All this green ooze represents high dew points. The air is stuffy. It may not be hot, but it's certainly humid. And temperatures today were only 75, 76, I believe, in Oak Ridge, and it was 81 in Knoxville. So a very different type of day today, just depending on how much sun popped out. But you can see the humidity is not going anywhere. Next couple of days, as long as it's raining, we've got this same pattern, lots of green ooze right through Friday. So when you look at the big picture is all about the drought. That's all we could talk about for days and weeks. A moderate drought, and all of a sudden, now we have flood advisories in places like Anderson County. Had one in Knox County earlier today. This is true. We are under a drought, technically speaking, but by the end of the week, we could probably take some edge off of that dryness. It's very bad in red, extreme, in fact, in parts of Nebraska and also Kansas. High temperature today did hit 81. That's 6 degrees below normal. 87, the normal high. 97, the record high from 1944. But notice the 1.40 represents the numbers as the climate report came out between 5 and 6 p.m. today. Peak wind gust was 24. Yeah, it was only 75 today in Oak Ridge. It was only 75 today in La Follette and 80 in Newport. Just to give you a sample, 84 was probably one of the warm spots in Athens and Sevierville during the course of today. They got up to 86 in Memphis, but only 77 in Johnson City. Headlines, we're talking, it's Groundhog Day, the movie, not February 2nd. I know the calendar, but if you know that movie, it's like every day looks like the same day. That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to see. And you'll see, as we take a look, every day looks the same. Locally heavy rain expected not only tomorrow, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Make it stop. At some point, some of you are going to say, make it stop. Well, can't do that. I'm only the messenger. Future rainfall shows some very heavy rain right through 5 o'clock tomorrow. The yellow areas would be in the Southern Valley, but it could be in a different location. This is just one solution. And look at this, 4 inches. Are you kidding me? How about 5? Could we get a 5 in purple? Maybe. Maybe 5. Maybe 6. Some of these areas, again, are just indication that once it rains, it can pour. So please be on guard for that. Here's the future rainfall for the next 7 days. Not a good-looking time at the beach. I'll tell you that. If we look at this, come back on camera for a second. If we look at this, look at the eyedropper. Around Knoxville, conservatively, another 2 inches. Some of you may get that tonight. You'll have to wait and see. Cookeville, maybe 2.5. Madisonville, about 2.5. Asheville over here. Look at this in purple. We're talking about 7 inches. Hickory, North Carolina, 5. Another 7 inches east of Asheville. It's crazy town. Tell you what, you're going to feel like you're in a whole different environment as we head through time. La Follette, another 1.5 inches potentially. Jamestown, 2 inches potentially. And maybe areas around Jefferson County, another 1.75. That's just one indication of what we're seeing. Now, as far as what the redder areas, of course, back toward North Carolina, could be closing in on 4, 5, 6. And if you're heading down to the beach, it doesn't look much better. It's a very difficult time to head to the beach and think you're going to get some great weather. It's just not great. And it's funny because none of this is tropical. But what I'm about to show you is tropical. Arlene, followed by Brett. Brett's now an active storm. And Cindy might be forming on Brett's heels. What am I talking about? Here's Tropical Storm Brett. Got its name today. This afternoon, now headed toward Puerto Rico potentially. Could be a Category 1 hurricane, 80 miles an hour. Looks like 75 or so. Maybe weakens as it heads towards San Juan. But the surf will be high. And if you're on a cruise, you'll want to take note of that. But watching potentially Cindy, there's another disturbance right on the heels of Brett that wants to trend back into the center part of the Atlantic. So we won't be too worried about Cindy. We'll see what happens. But these are all individual plots. Different models suggest that Cindy, if she does get a name, could be curving like so. Most of them take it into the center part of the Atlantic Ocean. So let's take a look. There's the storm energy. Let's come back home, way out here. I wanted to show some of the storminess and the excessive heat they're getting out in Texas. This is a slow-moving storm. Look at the low between Knoxville and Atlanta. That's our rainmaker. It has origins from Oklahoma, and it just kind of parks itself here. So while the intense heat continues in the Lone Star State, some of the red and purple areas would be intense, severe storms around Dallas, Oklahoma City around 11 o'clock tomorrow night, and it just continues to spin. We won't see as much in the way of thunder like they will, but the nasty storms will continue to breed across the deep south and down across the Gulf of Mexico. As far as the Storm Prediction Center today, they were focused on some yellow areas, especially in Destin if you were headed there. Jacksonville, maybe Tybee Island, Savannah. Back home, we've even had a chance for some isolated severe storms. That was in the offering today, really from Knoxville east, but really, again, locally heavy rain can be found anywhere today. Tornado risk has been focused down to the south, 5% brown. That does include Destin, and a 2% chance in central Georgia. Tomorrow, still down here, that's where all the severe weather should be, around Pensacola, especially New Orleans and southern Louisiana, while just some run-of-the-mill thunderstorms possible here. And then on Wednesday, well, it's lather, rinse, repeat. I guess those 3 steps. We're going to do it again. We're just going to continue on. Now, this low doesn't move much. I mean, while it may continue to spin, notice the center of it is still around Knoxville, East Tennessee, noontime tomorrow. And all these storms are going to spin in like this. This is 4 o'clock. Is it any better? Better or worse? It's the same. 6 o'clock, still spinning in here. And even though it's drifting further south, there's still showers coming in from the east. So we're going to continue on this path. There's 6 o'clock for Wednesday. Then it wants to move back. It doesn't know, it can't make up its mind. And there it is on Thursday. You see what I mean? It's just not going anywhere anytime fast. All right, here we are. Next 12 hours down to about 60, say 64 is my expectation. This map did not update, but I suspect we'll be in the mid-60s overnight. Some may be in the upper 60s, but watch out for dense fog. Showers and storms, about a 60% chance tonight, and an 80% chance tomorrow. Patches of fog could be dense. We'll be watching that. I got more pictures of that on my blog. 62 for Newport. These are my expectations for lows. 60 Wartburg, 62 Oneida, Middlesboro about 61. Tomorrow, look for a high around 79, clouds, fog, and haze, showers and storms. Winds will be light and variable tomorrow because we're in the center of the carousel. We're in the center of the rainy low round, as it were. And that's what's going to be affecting our weather. 78 for Oak Ridge, 79 for Knoxville, my expectation. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 79 on Wednesday, 79 on Thursday, 79 on Friday. Couldn't you please move it? Yeah, we can. In time for the weekend, lower to mid-80s, but best chance looks like Sunday because it's only a spotty. A 20% chance, can't rule out it's completely dry, could be rolling back in Sunday night into Monday, because Monday I've got us at 84 with a 60% chance of storms. By the way, keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app. It's a fan favorite of so many people. It's free at the App Store, Google Play. Just search the 2 words Captain Accurate and you'll find it very easily. Very happy that you're here. And by the way, if you haven't picked it up, make sure you do it because you'll get these alerts, all these cool alerts that relate to you. Flood advisories. We're under an excessive rainfall outlook for the next 3 days more from here. It's a very long stretch. So we are going from we need rain to make it stop. Which camp are you in? Are you team rain or team no rain? By the end of the week, I think many of us will be tired of the rain altogether. Anyway, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.